Welcome back. As you may know by now, April is Autism Awareness Month.
But people who live and work with those on the spectrum say every day should really be a time for awareness, especially when it comes to police officers and first responders. Our next guest is both a police officer and the father of 2 sons with autism, and he's working to raise an understanding of special circumstances that may arise responding to a call or investigating a case that involves someone on the spectrum. And we want to welcome Officer Scott Bailey, who is an officer in Aspinwall, and also one of his sons, Trevor. Welcome to both of you.
Welcome, guys.
Well, thank you very much for having us here.
You know, this issue obviously is so important, but we've been reporting on cases in the news that are so unfortunate where officers have shot people with autism, shot a caretaker in Florida of someone with autism. You are really working to educate officers so that they understand what they're responding to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Autism is a hidden disability. But when I work, I also work as a police instructor for IUP Police Academy. And it's very easy to get to the cadets now before they actually hit the field and working, and I can actually demonstrate and explain to them about autism. It's a hidden disability. So I don't really bring awareness, I bring acceptance. And that's what I like to use, autism acceptance. And I don't really like talk too much about disabilities. I like to use the word different abilities because everybody out there has a different ability. So we're not trying to isolate them, but we're trying to do what we can so everybody in society can accept them and understand, you know, how they function at times. You know, and it's very different. Even though I have 2 sons with autism, they're both totally different from each other.
Yeah. And in fact, you're working to try to get a bill that would put an identification on someone's driver's license, right? So that an officer that might pull them over would immediately know by looking at the driver's license, correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're actually happy to announce that
Senator Quincy Williams has just passed a bill that will put like a disability on your identification card or your driver's license now.
Yeah.
Very good.
So we got
Trevor made the announcement.
Yeah, he made his first announcement.
Yeah,
we just had a phone call yesterday from Senator Lindsey Williams that she's going to be introducing an autism bill, so we can have a special identification or marker. We'll explore that, and hopefully, State Representative, which I'm also speaking with, State Representative Brooks. And they're going to explore that for the
to push it forward.
Yeah,
push it forward.
And it would be great, and it would help officers out. And everybody that I go to talk to and educate, they say, you know, having it on the driver's license would really help the police officers out, and also be a safety guard for a parent, caregiver, or a person who is driving with autism.
Yeah, and the stickers as well.
Yeah, these stickers here, so these are stickers that, what, you put in your driver's window or the window of the front of your home, as an officer might be responding to let them know that there's someone that is inside who's on the spectrum, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Our district attorney, Stephen Sapalo, is a very, very big supporter. And when I go and I talk to other people throughout the state of Pennsylvania, they're very surprised that our district attorney really supports us and gives us access to have programs like this. I came up a couple years ago, I wanted something to put on your vehicle and also for your home, but it didn't discriminate against one specific different ability. So just the wording in there, it just encompasses so much, and you put it on your car and also you put it on your home. Along with also registering your home with Allegheny County 911 as a premise hazard alert. So we would give the dispatchers and any discipline coming to your aid, whether it be the fire department, the police department, or the ambulance, and they would understand and they would know before they would even get there.
And there's a video that you've been working to try to educate officers. In fact, it's being shown to officers all over the nation at this point, and we want to play a clip from that because I think it's really helpful.
Okay.
He's really scared.
Okay, did she hit you at all?
She didn't hit anybody, but...
An autistic boy is the witness. You will need to talk to him. He's seated on the side porch, distracted by loud sounds like sirens or a barking dog. The sooner it's determined an autistic person is who you're dealing with, the sooner a potential explosive situation might be diffused. In this situation, the witness to the domestic appears to be uncooperative. No one has revealed to you he's autistic, so this is what you look for. Sensitivity to sound, covering his ears, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to touch. They often cover their ears.
Now, I know we don't have too much time left, but I want to get to this really cool tracking device. Tell us about this and how your police department uses this.
This is Project Lifesaver. This was introduced by Officer Jim Williams of the Munhall Police Department. He brought this in, and again, we fall under the District Attorney's Office. Stephen Sapala actually purchased several of these tracking devices along with a transmitter. And this actually goes to the person. It could be somebody with autism or Down syndrome or somebody with traumatic brain injury or Alzheimer's who still lives at home. And basically they have a frequency that's just unique to that person. And whenever they go missing, there's a set of instructions where they have to notify 911. And we, as police officers, we actually respond.
Yeah.
And we're the only county in the United States that actually has a task force. So that means our boundaries are just within Allegheny County.
Okay.
And we could be in charge of any municipality once we get there. And all you do is you put in the frequency number and you listen for that chirp.
And then you're able to track and find someone that may have gone missing. And obviously that's a frightening situation. It can be for someone with Alzheimer's or autism or whatever.
Yes.
And this can help people. Very quickly, how can people get involved if they want to help?
Well, we need a lot of support. So for the Autism Bill, to contact your state senator or state representative and let them know, like, hey, this would be a good idea. We would like to see this happen. And also anybody who's looking to do Project Lifesaver, get a hold of Allegheny County District Attorney's Office, and you'd be talking to Angela Kelly.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thanks so much,
Officer
Trevor.
Scott Bailey and Trevor, for being here today and for your efforts to help everyone become more aware.
Thank you very
We
much.
appreciate it.
much.